Every woman's been told to avoid him, the one who's mysterious, unavailable, dangerous. She knows he's no good for her, but still, she can't stop thinking about him. The men women warn each other about are often the ones they can't forget. This isn't about weakness, it's about wiring. Picture this. A man walks into a room, calm, confident, unreadable. He doesn't chase attention, it follows him. His silence says more than 1,000 compliments ever could. He's not trying to be liked, he's not trying at all. And across the room, there's a woman, smiling, pretending not to look, but watching every move he makes. Her friends roll their eyes, whispering warnings they've given 100 times before. He's trouble. He's playing games. He's not good for you. But deep down, she already knows that. She knows he's dangerous. She knows he's not safe. And yet, she can't stop thinking about him, because here's the unspoken truth. The men women warn each other about are often the ones they can't forget. That sentence alone could start a war in the comment section. But it's real, because when a man's unpredictable, when he's slightly out of reach, it lights up something primal. It's not logic, it's chemistry, it's not safety, it's spark. Women say they want kind, stable, emotionally intelligent men, and maybe they mean it. But when they feel that flicker of mystery, that hint of danger, reason starts to crumble. It's not about what she wants, it's about what her nervous system remembers. See, the modern woman lives in two worlds. One is rational. She wants stability, communication, peace. The other is emotional. It craves tension, thrill, and the chase. The toxic man lives in that emotional world. He knows how to trigger her curiosity. He knows how to disappear just long enough to make her question herself. And he knows, consciously or not, that uncertainty breeds attraction. Every unanswered text becomes a puzzle. Every mixed signal becomes a test. And every apology that never comes becomes an obsession. It's not that she wants pain, it's that pain feels familiar. It's that unpredictability feels alive. Because when he pulls away, she feels the rush. And when he returns, she feels the reward. That's not romance, that's dopamine. The truth nobody says out loud is that emotional chaos can feel like love. It's the same chemical high you get from gambling. Risk, hope, loss, reward. Except the currency isn't money, it's her self-worth. And while she tells herself she's done with men like him, her heart doesn't speak the same language as her mind. Because somewhere deep down, she still believes that if she can make him love her, then maybe she's finally good enough. That's the unspoken truth. She doesn't admire the man himself. She admires the feeling he creates. He awakens something wild, raw, and dangerously addictive. And even when she knows he's toxic, part of her still whispers, maybe this time it'll be different. There's a reason why women fall for men who keep them guessing. It's not weakness, it's wiring. When a man is unpredictable, when she never quite knows what he'll do next, it doesn't just capture her attention, it hijacks her brain. Because unpredictability triggers dopamine, the same chemical that floods your system when you gamble, win a game, or take a risk. It's the biology of thrill. He texts her, "I miss you," then disappears. He pulls her close, then pulls away. Every high and low becomes a hit, and before she realizes it, she's not in love with him. She's addicted to the feeling he creates. That emotional roller coaster, that chaos, feels like passion. It's chaos disguised as connection. Because calm feels boring when your nervous system has learned that love equals intensity. And when he makes her feel uncertain, when she's anxious but craving his validation, her brain confuses that anxiety for chemistry. He gives chaos, disguised as passion, and she mistakes anxiety for connection. That's the trap. Every time he pulls away, her mind spirals with questions. Every time he comes back, it's like relief flooding through her veins. And that relief? That's dopamine. The same chemical rush is finally hitting jackpot. She tells herself, this time it's real. This time it's love. But it's not love. It's the high after withdrawal. You see, the toxic man doesn't love more deeply. He just understands the rhythm of tension and release. He knows how to give just enough to keep her hooked. Not out of strategy, but instinct. It's emotional power. And it feels like dominance, because dominance creates safety and danger at once. And that's where desire lives. In the edge between fear and fascination, she's not chasing him because he's good for her. She's chasing the version of herself she feels when he finally looks her way. Alive, desired, worthy. But what she doesn't see is that every rush she feels is just her nervous system begging for peace and mistaking the storm for love, because he doesn't give her stability, he gives her dopamine, and that's what keeps her coming back. Picture this, she's staring at her phone again, that familiar ache in her chest. He hasn't texted back. It's been hours, and even though she knows she shouldn't care, her mind is already spinning stories. Did I say something wrong? Is he losing interest? What can I do to make him want me again? This is the trap, the validation trap. Because what she's craving isn't him, it's his approval, his attention, his unpredictable affection that always comes and goes like waves. calm, then crashing. And the cruel part? She's not crazy for feeling this way. She's conditioned to. See, from the time she was little, she was taught that love is something you earn. Be a good girl, be pretty, be likable, don't upset anyone, make everyone happy. Every gold star, every compliment, every "I'm proud of you," it all wired her brain to believe that love isn't something freely given. It's a reward for good behavior. So when she meets a man who gives her love inconsistently, one moment warm and charming, the next distant and cold, her nervous system recognizes that rhythm. It feels familiar. It feels like home. That's the heartbreak of it. She's not attracted to the chaos itself. She's addicted to the pattern that mirrors the kind of love she learned to chase. And the toxic man? He understands, consciously or not, how to play that rhythm. He gives just enough attention to keep her hopeful. Then he disappears. Not long enough to lose her, just long enough to make her chase. The more he withholds, the more she wants to prove she's worth his love. That's not romance. That's conditioning. You see, when a woman's sense of worth depends on external validation, withholding becomes a powerful form of control. He doesn't have to yell. He doesn't have to threaten. All he has to do is pull away and watch her scramble to win him back. And when he finally gives her that tiny dose of affection, a text, a compliment, a touch, her brain lights up with dopamine. Just like a gambler who finally hits a win after hours of losing, the reward feels bigger because the wait was painful. The pain makes the pleasure addictive. But here's the twist most people never see. She's not really chasing him. She's chasing the version of herself she becomes when he chooses her, because his validation whispers, "You're enough." And without it, the silence screams, "You're not." This is why walking away feels impossible. It's not logic keeping her there, it's biology. Her brain has tied his approval to her identity. But once she sees it for what it is, not love, not fate, but a chemical loop of validation and withdrawal, the illusion begins to crack. And when that illusion breaks, that's when real freedom begins. Because love isn't supposed to be earned, it's supposed to be safe. From the time we're kids, we're told who to fall for. Not directly, but through every movie, every song, every story. He's always the same. The man who breaks rules, who doesn't care what anyone thinks, who walks away from everything except her. And she's the one who finally changes him, who softens the rebel, who earns his love. That's the fantasy and the foundation of our illusion. Because movies don't sell peace, they sell passion. They don't show stability, they show chaos disguised as love. And we mistake the adrenaline for attraction, the unpredictability for depth. The truth is uncomfortable. The good man rarely gets the screen time. In stories, he's the friend, the helper, the one who's nice, but never chosen. He's patient, dependable, and invisible. Meanwhile, the dangerous man is magnetic. His flaws are forgiven because he's mysterious. His silence is romanticized. His toxicity rebranded as passion. Here's the truth bomb. Society raised women to worship the spark, not the stability. We've been programmed to crave intensity over intimacy, drama over peace, the chase over connection. Because calm doesn't sell movie tickets, chaos does. Music tells the same story. Every chart-topping love song is about losing someone, wanting someone who won't stay, or hurting someone you can't let go of. We've made suffering sound poetic. We've made emotional unavailability sexy. So when a woman meets a man who gives her peace, her brain doesn't know what to do with it. It feels foreign. It feels boring. Because her entire life she's been shown that love isn't supposed to be quiet. It's supposed to be loud, explosive, messy, complicated. But what if that spark we're chasing isn't love at all? What if it's just trauma dressed up as romance? When you've been conditioned to associate pain with passion, the man who brings peace will feel unfamiliar, even wrong. But maybe that's the real test. Maybe the man who doesn't make your heart race is the one who can finally make it rest. Because real love isn't chaos, it's calm. And calm doesn't mean boring, it means safe. There comes a point when the thrill stops feeling thrilling, when the butterflies turn into knots, when the spark that once felt electric starts to burn. Because here's the truth. Chaos always comes with a cost. At first, it feels like passion. The constant guessing, the highs and lows, the late-night texts, followed by silence. It all feels like proof that something real must be there, that it matters, that it's worth the pain. But slowly, it starts to drain her. Every unanswered message becomes a question mark in her chest. Every argument feels like walking through glass. She tells herself it's love, but it's really anxiety dressed as devotion. She starts to forget who she was before him. Her confidence fades, her world shrinks around his moods. One moment, he makes her feel seen, like she's everything. The next, he disappears, and she's nothing. That's the cycle. It's not love. It's self-betrayal disguised as connection. It's like living on a diet of candy. Sweet in the moment, but it slowly eats you from the inside. The rush feels good, but it's not nourishing, it's toxic. And deep down, she knows it. She tells herself she's fine, that this is normal, that love is supposed to be hard, but she's not in love. She's in survival mode. Her body's addicted to the chaos and her heart's starving for peace. The realization doesn't come in a dramatic moment. It comes quietly, in between the silence, in the spaces where she finally stops chasing and starts listening. She starts to see the truth. That chaos isn't connection, that passion isn't pain, that being wanted isn't the same as being valued. The moment she stops confusing intensity for intimacy, she begins to wake up. Because real love doesn't make you question your worth. It reminds you of it. It doesn't keep you guessing. It makes you feel grounded. And for the first time, she realizes peace doesn't mean the story's over. It means the healing has begun. When she stops chasing chaos, she doesn't lose love. She finally finds herself. There's a moment in every story like this, a turning point. Not when he changes, but when she does. Because awareness changes everything. She starts to see the pattern clearly now. The way he gave just enough to keep her hooked. The way she confused silence for mystery, distance for strength, and chaos for love. But once you see manipulation for what it is, it loses its power. She realizes it was never about him. It was about what she believed she needed from him. Validation, worth, permission to feel enough. And now, she's done asking for it. The shift doesn't happen all at once. It starts small. A boundary here, a pause there. She stops explaining herself, stops apologizing for wanting peace, stops accepting crumbs and calling it a meal. Because peace isn't boring, it's power. The woman who once chased intensity now craves stability. The one who begged to be chosen now chooses herself. And that changes everything. Because men who feed on control, they don't know what to do when a woman stops playing the game. When she doesn't react to the silence, when she doesn't chase the attention, when she doesn't confuse his absence with her fault. That's when the power shifts. The woman who once lived off emotional chaos now breathes peace like oxygen. She sees red flags as warnings, not challenges. She understands that love isn't supposed to hurt, that intensity is an intimacy. And when he tries to pull her back into the storm, she doesn't fight him. She simply doesn't step inside. That's the real transformation. Not revenge, not regret, but release. Because when she stops chasing chaos, she doesn't lose love. She finds herself. She learns that boundaries aren't walls, they're protection. That peace isn't the end of the story, it's the start of a new one. And for the first time, she's not waiting for someone to save her. She's already free. There's a moment, quiet, still, almost sacred, when she finally looks back and sees the truth clearly. It was never about the toxic man. It was never even about the relationship. It was about her reflection in his chaos. Because toxic men don't just reveal who women fall for, they reveal what she believes she deserves. For so long, she mistook pain for passion. She called inconsistency chemistry. She labeled anxiety as butterflies. She thought if she just loved harder, proved more, stayed longer, he would finally see her. But the truth was, it was never her job to be chosen. It was her job to choose herself. Every moment she spent waiting for his text, analyzing his silences, defending his moods, was a moment she was drifting further from her own worth. Because the relationship wasn't feeding her heart, it was feeding her wound, the one that whispered, "You have to earn love." But when she finally faces that whisper, when she stops running from it and starts listening, everything shifts. She realizes that healing isn't about hating him, it's about forgiving herself for staying too long in the storm, for confusing survival for strength, for mistaking chaos for connection. The lesson isn't bitter, it's awakening. Because now, when she looks at love, she doesn't see fire and destruction. She sees warmth and safety. She doesn't crave the man who keeps her guessing, and she craves the one who makes her feel grounded. She no longer finds excitement in uncertainty. She finds beauty in peace. The toxic man once had power because he reflected her unhealed parts, the parts that needed validation to feel whole. But awareness changes everything. Awareness turns pain into power. It turns desperation into discernment. It turns the girl who once begged to be seen into a woman who knows she's enough, even in silence. And that's the shift. Not dramatic, not cinematic, but quiet, steady, and strong. It happens when she looks at the chaos and says, "Not anymore." When she looks at herself and says, "I'm done mistaking suffering for love." The same story that once broke her now builds her. The same wounds that once kept her trapped now teach her boundaries. And the same heart that once chased validation now beats to the rhythm of peace. So maybe the closing truth isn't really an ending, maybe it's a beginning. The start of a woman finally rewriting her definition of love. Because real love doesn't demand that you shrink. It doesn't make you question your worth. It doesn't leave you guessing. It's calm, it's consistent, it's safe. And when she finally believes she deserves that, the toxic man stops being the story. He becomes the lesson. A soft whisper remains. Love doesn't break you to teach you. It awakens you to remind you who you've always been.